Good morning, you guys. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So excited. I'm so excited today because the Awaken program is open for enrollment for the last batch of 2019. Super excited to welcome 22 of you amazing souls into this program and help you awaken your psychic and mediumship development and abilities and step into your purpose and your role on this planet. So excited. But as part of us opening the doors to Awaken, we're doing this free 5 days of training about your spirit guides. So I'm so excited to be here with you guys live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let me know where you're coming in from in the comments, or just at least let me know if you're here on the live or you're watching the replay. That helps keep it bumped up. So good morning, Deborah. So I'm really excited. Yesterday we talked about what a spirit guide actually is versus an angel versus past loved one. And today you guys are going to share with me. We're going to have a little interaction, if not on the live, at least in our group, Your Spiritual Awakening Community on Facebook. Hey, Deborah, she's coming in from Michigan. I should be back sometime, but for a while. And so I want you guys to engage with me on this and let me know what comes up for you when I go into this training about how your spirit guides actually influence you. So, hey from New Jersey, Rock Your Hair Studios, right, Pauline? Like, I need you. Like, my grades are coming through. Hey, Stacy. So I'm glad you guys are letting me know you're here. So when we are talking about spiritual influence, right? When we're talking about spiritual influence, I talk about this a lot because you're actually influenced by spirit, like spirit guides, angels, past loved ones. Hi, Zena. Hey, Scott. You're actually influenced a lot more than you probably know, right? It's good morning, Don. Hello. Hello. Awesome. Got a lot of you guys on YouTube. Spiritual Awakening Babe. If you're not a subscriber, come follow me. But in this particular video, I'm not going to just be talking about just how all spirit influences you. This is more of, hey, I'm glad you're new, medium star. It's more of your spirit guides are influencing you to kind of be like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And remember yesterday when we were talking about what a spirit guide is, and I was saying that they're so familiar to you that a lot of times you don't recognize that that's them constantly being like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And so I also, hey, from Scotland, hey, Telly, hey, Scotland, I love that we reach so many people. So one of the things that you're going to be able to tell if your spirit guides influence you is through some of your desires. And I know that kind of sounds weird, but when we're talking about past lives too, right? Because here we are, we're awake and aware of this lifetime as Brandoline, right? And medium stars in California. Hey, I'm in Vegas at the moment. I'm awake and aware of me and my lifetime as Brandoline right now, right? But we also have all this information in our DNA, right? So all of these past lives, future lives are all ingrained in this DNA. And so what happens is we carry things over, right? And we talk about this, and we experience some of this in the Awaken program where I explain to the people that as you develop into your gifts, you start having the ability, right, to see through time and space, but also to have your past lives kind of come back into you. So you're starting to become more aware of like why you like this plant, like that it's healing. And I'm rambling a little bit, but my point here is your spirit guides influence you through kind of the same type of thing. And this was really surprising for me. So one of the biggest things, how many of you guys watching live, and I know on the Facebook Live my head's kind of way down here in the bottom, but how many of you guys have tattoos? So I would love to know how many of you guys actually have tattoos, because I want to talk about tattoos. I want to talk about, you know, those birthmarks that come through when you're born. I want to talk about, you know, certain clothing types that you're drawn to, right? And I'm going to talk about collections, because And when I say collections, I mean like if you collect teacups, for example, like you have no freaking idea. Hey, from India, Angel. You have no freaking idea why you're like obsessed with silver spoons or teacups, right? So I must have missed your first comment there, medium star, but she's saying she is something about covering a burn scar, right? And some of you guys have you ever heard of like the witch's nipple, right? Medium star loves clocks and mirrors. Birthmark, but no tattoos, Deborah says. Okay, so I'm loving that you guys are engaging, because I would love to see all of these pictures of your birthmark or of your tattoos or of your like collections, because it has to do a lot of times with your spirit guide or a past life, right? But a lot of times, I have a, the medium star says, I have a third nipple. It's very funny. And Dawn has a few tattoos, and Rock Your Hair says she has crystals, or she or he has crystals, and Angel Wings tattoos with my soul son's name, and your name is Angel. Oh man, I have a lot to say about that. But the point is, if you love something enough where you're gonna tattoo it on your body, or you love something enough where you want it adorned around you, like certain types of clothing, or designs on your certain designs. So I'm going to share, for example, one of the things that I noticed, and this was after I met my spirit guide, and then I was like thinking I was crazy and making this shit up in my head, right? But after I met her, after I realized I wasn't crazy, Rachel just got a tattoo. So we'd love to see that picture of that in our group, your spiritual awakening community, because I want to see how you guys are being influenced. The reason why we tattoo things on our bodies, because we have this this desire that we want more of this in our life, and we're just like, this is so freaking cool. So for example, I have a dragonfly tattoo. If you love something so much that you're going to permanently tattoo it onto your body, that means that it's part of you. Inside of our VIP community, a couple months ago, I did a training on how to recognize certain aspects of people, like how to recognize if they're from the fairy realm, if they're an empath, if they're a medium, if they're in the health industry. And the reason I did that is because people are the way they are because people look the way they are because people are the way they are. So if we're having like that dragonfly tattoo, it means because the dragonfly essence is part of your human experience. And so then we're going to be diving in and going, well, what does dragonfly mean, right? We're going to look up the spiritual meaning for dragonfly. And this goes into animal guides, which we're going to talk more about probably tomorrow. So she's got tatted fairies and crescent moons, one of the girls here. So if you're having fairies, then you are directly connected to the fairy realm. You probably have lots of fairies as spirit guides. For me, I have the dragonfly that's also associated with the fairy realm, right? We go between, the dragonfly is able to go, it's born in the water and then it comes out into the air. So it's able to make this transformation. It's able to live in two different worlds. It's able to go into one world, bring information back into this one, right? And Annie's saying she's got wild horses and a tribal dolphin tattoo. So if you came to me for a reading, we would definitely start talking about the energy that your tattoos hold for you. And this is part of the reason, like these are either your animal guides, your fairy guides, or if it's like a certain design or if it's a certain meaning, then this means like butterflies for somebody else, transformation, right? Tribal tattoos for Dawn, that means she's probably got a lot of maybe shamanic energy with her. She might have a shamanic guide, right? A rainforest frog, somebody says, a birthmark as a leaf. Love all of these. These are all connected to either your past lives or your guides. Same thing with like if we same thing if, and Denise is saying she tattooed roses for her deceased mother. She loved her mom so much she wanted to tattoo those roses. I guarantee you mom shows up as roses everywhere you go. So that's associated with her past loved one. It was the intention behind her tattoo, right? So her intention is, Mom, I remember you as these flowers. This is how I'm honoring you, right? And then Dawn says, I do have an Indian as a guide. A lot of us have an Indian as a guide. I would venture to guess that every single one of us probably has a Native American or somebody, an ancestral guide, right? We have multiple guides. And that's a whole nother training. That's a whole nother training. But how many of you guys collect weird things. And I'm going to share mine, and so that kind of give you guys an example. And I would love to see, again, pictures of your tattoos in our group, your Spiritual Awakening community, as part of this training, to just like, we want to see what you have. And then I would also like to see pictures of, once I explain like your collections, like if you love teacups, like why are you associated with your teacups? Because your spirit guide's trying to remind you of that past life, or of that energy, or a part of them, right? And so one of the things that I discovered after I met my spirit guide, Paisleyanna, was that I had all these weird collections of, even my dinner plates had these weird little swirlies. I think there's even a name for the little swirly. And then I noticed like a lot of my clothes had either paisley or they had little swirlies, right? Somebody else is saying they have red moles as birthmarks. That's, yes, red mole birthmarks. And when we're like, let me get off track a little bit, because I've read about, I don't know how many of you guys have read about the purple people on ancient civilization, and a lot of you, if any of you guys are watching, that have those big purple birthmarks, like your half of your leg is purple, you know, or maybe you have a big purple mark on your face. You're part of those purple people. This sounds kind of funny, but you're part of that race, right? That ancient civilization. Super interesting how it bleeds through, like literally like bleeds through into this lifetime. Sorry, my phone's going dead again, you guys. But anyways, so I realized I had swirlies over everything, and I realized that I really love to collect those swirlies and have them on so many things, right? Then I realized that swirlies are absolutely associated with my guide, Paisleyanna. So very bizarre. She just really came through when I first met her with all these swirling colors, and then I started seeing more of her, and we're going to be meeting our guides this week too. Then I started seeing more of her, the more that I connected into it, and like she had the swirlies on her dress, and so I was like, this is so freaking weird. And it was really validation for me that I wasn't making this stuff up. I wasn't freaking crazy, because she was trying to bleed through to be like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Right? So this is kind of how they influence you. They can also influence you in your dreams, right? You may have someone that you're constantly going to in your dream. Maybe you don't see their face. Maybe you just feel this womanly presence, but you always know that you're safe when you get into this dream, right? You always know you're safe when you get into this dream, because that feeling is there, or that color is there, or that person is there. These could be your guides, right? We're so influenced. It's absolutely not even funny. It's amazing. So I want to know from you guys, like, what type of influence are you receiving from your spirit guides? Do you have a tattoo? Do you have a collection? Do you have a memory of a past life that just won't go away? Or do you have a connection to an actual place on this planet? These are all things that you're being drawn to, because you're being drawn to it, because you're being told to be drawn to it. So let me talk a little bit more about spiritual influence, so that you kind of understand what I'm talking about. And then we'll end this training for today, and then the next 3 days we're going to have more trainings about how they can help you develop further into your intuition, how you could utilize them to communicate in a stronger way, how you could communicate with them, how you could meet them, all that stuff. We're going to do that this week. But to wrap this one up, and I want to talk a little bit more about what influence actually is when we're starting to awaken, right? When we're starting to see, hear, feel, and know things that the average human doesn't, you're starting to open up. Now, when we're talking about influence, and you don't realize that you're seeing, hearing, feeling, and knowing, you don't realize that you're experiencing your gifts, you all of a sudden, excuse me as I pick my nose, right? You all of a sudden have this this thought pop in your head that you want this tattooed on your body, or you all of a sudden have this idea just pop in your head that you're gonna go, like your mom's gonna call you, right? You just have these things pop into your head. This is like where we're experiencing our clairaudience, our psychic hearing. You think that the idea was your own. You think that the thought was your own when you're not developed, right? And so we're able to be influenced like this, right? Or if we see an imaginary vision come across our screen, and we see ourselves in a situation and we see ourselves acting out, right? And then we think to ourselves, like, how did that even get into my head? Like, I wasn't even thinking that. That's when you're experiencing your psychic seeing, and your guides, they send out, like, spirit in general sends out this frequency. And however you pick it up is either you're going to see it, you're going to hear it, you're going to feel it, or you're going to know it. It's all a frequency. It's the language of the universe, right? But when you're not developed, you don't understand, and you consider it that it's coming from yourself, and then you get all really freaking confused. But when you realize that this might not be coming from you, it might be coming through you, right? This is how spiritual influence happens. You're more able to be influenced when you're not developed. You're more able to be influenced when you don't know what's going on, because you believe your own thoughts. You believe your thoughts to be true. But when it's actually something coming from without, right, and we're not developed, it could be a negative thing. You could take action on things that your normal self would not take action on, or it could be a beautiful freaking blessing, and you can just give the best advice to somebody and change their life and not realize you're channeling an angel. This is you being influenced, right? So this is how our guides influence us, by suggesting, hey, don't you love those clocks or those mirrors? Or, wow, you love wild horses so much, put them on your body. And all of it contains energy. All of it contains energy, right? Like I did the training with our VIP community a couple months ago, pointing out the energy on people and pointing out what it means. So if you're not in that community and you want to develop a little bit more, great. But Awaken is open for the last time for 2019. So freaking excited. Only 22 people are going to be coming through those doors. We have 120 people on the waiting list. So freaking grateful for that. And I'm welcoming you with open arms to help you develop into these beautiful gifts and step into your purpose and your power in this lifetime, so that you could create the change that you actually were born to do. All right, so I'm going to see you guys here tomorrow again, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time in Vegas, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're in Michigan, and depending where you are on this planet, check your world clocks. I'm sending you guys so much love. If you're not a part of our community in Facebook and you're on Facebook, come join us. Yep, I'm having an idea to tattoo an angel symbol on my rib. I love that. And the one person that's name was Angel, that likes angel wings, hello, part angel, right? So some of this stuff sounds too obvious, right? But that's the thing with intuition and mediumship development. It's always been there. It's just you becoming aware of it. I like to call it that we're like these little investigators, right? We're investigating and becoming awake and aware, and more awake and aware of what's always been there, but you've been unconscious or operating unconsciously for so long, you just didn't realize it. So everybody's welcome into this program, whether you're brand new off the street and have no freaking clue what's going on, or if you're already having some experiences and you really want to get really good at what you're doing. This program is for you. It's my heart and soul. Been teaching it for years. And so I will see you guys here tomorrow for another free training. If you have questions about the Awaken program, reach out directly to me, Brandaline Johnson, on Facebook. Brandaline@yahoo.com is my direct personal email if you want to email me there. And we can see if this program's right for you. And I'll even tell you how you would develop into the program, because that's part of my gift, is being able to see your purpose is imprinted on you. So let me know. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm sending you guys so much love. Okay, bye.